everyone, and welcome to another exciting episode of Monster Interrupted. We are playing Pathfinder 2nd Edition. Two things happened since the last time you tuned in. Spiegler has been growling and yelling this entire time in character because he's raged and got even more enraged because we cut him off. And I really forget what the other thing was. Welcome to another exciting episode of Abomination Vaults, which we are trying to up into the revised edition. So instead of flat-footed, we should be using Off Guard. Don't know why Fantasy Grounds denying me that. I have the right books in there, so we'll deal with that, but still have to thank a sponsor that allows us some free books to use at certain times back in the day. And even though you, thank you patrons, are helping us purchase the new books that are coming out, it's still very exciting to see comparing what you know in the rule set in combat and what happens, and in a boss fight, because he has a name, not one, but 2 crit cards for the players with nat 20s, and a crit card that literally halfway through a fight hindered 2 of the opponent's best moves. Matt's character, Tassie of the Writhing Blade, smashed this guy's jaw. He can't eat, so I can't eat that skin tattoo to heal myself. He can't talk. I can't use my jaws, which is technically a better attack than the claws I was using, working my way up to. And Kraga is so upset that he cannot face an opponent that's at full abilities. And it's Kraga's turn. Battle music. What do you want to do, Kraga?
It's your turn for nat 20. Finish him.
Yeah. Big swing with the glowing red maul because my rage is fueling it with the fire of a dragon. Oh no. I hit the button twice by accident. So I hit with the 19. And I hit for 16 damage. He seems to be
damage I did, and I crit.
Yeah, the rage adds a decent amount.
Get a better weapon, dude. What is your archetype, Kraga?
I don't think I have one.
I thought you had something that actually played into the barbarian and helped with even more damage or something, didn't you? No?
I was going to do it like in a higher level because I would have to do some research. I think it was going to be like a dragon.
With the dragon warrior. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sorry. Nothing is happening now. Yeah. Okay. So you're a tank as it is. Okay.
And I think I'll go for a second attack. And I hit with a 20.
Okay. Not 20, everybody. Just, 20 total.
Yeah, just soft 20. Oh, that's the wrong... dang it.
That's okay. That's okay.
And
pretending it's the right one. Just tell me how this guy is no more. I am Alll. How dare you fools? I will tattoo this on your nads and...
You won't tattoo the end of this. And my first strike was like down on his shoulder and he kind of goes down a bit. And then I come from the side and hit him in the side of the face and just finish ripping off the jaw that Tassie broke.
Just so I know whose guts to spray onto, do you swing right to left or left to right?
Left to your right. He's in the splatter zone.
Right to left.
Sorry, Dubsy. That ain't paprika coming your way, buddy.
Days ago.
I know, he just bathed. I'm just not letting that joke go. He just bathed, and I'm like, oh, there's a nice big bunch of gore and splatter. Well done.
And it's undead gore, too, so yuck.
Oh, yeah. It's kind of moldy.
Tassie is kind of like, meh. So I get a free pass for a couple of a day, maybe?
I gotta say, Dubs, Purple really suits you. I'm guessing his blood is purple.
Squish.
Maybe I'll dye my leather armor that color.
Did anybody else notice that he ate that skin tattoo and seemed to heal his wounds? That was really weird. Anyone else?
Nah, you're talking crazy. He just ate it because he's a weirdo.
I'm pretty sure those wounds healed. I'm going to search the body.
Occult, religion, arcane. At Kenro's mention, the fight plays back quickly in your minds. And you remember when he fruit roll-ups that thing, like he stuffs, like it's a swath. I just picture this big flat, skin tattooed would have the sort of viscosity of like a fruit roll-up. It's that kind of chewy bendy, I guess.
Biting into a
Maybe
piece
not-
of jerky.
Yeah,
What
not so-
cult, religion, arcane? Or cult, what?
in the tower. Any and all. Because now you're theorizing about, is this an ability? Is this a spell? Right? As far as you guys can tell from what I'm seeing in these rolls here, he didn't cast a spell. And maybe he was making a magical item, or this is just some sort of perverse ability that he has. I mean, our orc has sort of a innate adrenaline magical boost system where he can fly into a rage and somehow physically, like literally get stronger, and not fight or flight human adrenaline, but just like crazy Hulk up. And it's supernatural, right? It's a natural ability in his class features. Trying to determine, is this a spell? Did he eat a magical item, or is it just something innate? Well, you've knocked one out of the park, because as far as you guys can tell, this is not a spell. Care to go further into this investigation?
We have to be trained to roll for it, or
You get trained to get good results.
what did I roll? It was religion.
The trained guys didn't roll high enough, or they did roll high enough for the same answer, and the untrained guys, I would just... Yeah.
I rolled religion before.
I'm trained, but I'm not worried about that so much right now.
Let me put it this way. You know how Dubsy goes for traps, and there's only 4 answers? Right? But pretty much I'm always saying you don't seem to, right? Untrained in the tower, if that's just sort of a bust or not eligible, I would say the same thing. You don't seem to think this, right? It's only if you guys are not, like, you can do a bunch of things untrained. That's not what I'm saying. But what I'm saying is, like, for my blanket answer, looking at the trained and untrained stuff, either no one's rolled high enough, not even the trained guys, or it's just not true, not a spell, right?
It's fair. I'll reach over, put my hand over on Cognol's shoulder, and lay on hands.
Okay.
Looked like it hurt.
I added a roll in the tower there.
Okay, some medicine, sir? Kenro?
Yeah, I can actually do a medicine check on them as well.
You like I said, like, again, we're ruling out magic. You guys are pretty sure,
Yeah.
pretty sure that's not right. Like, as far as him, like, he didn't chant. He got his face blown off. There wasn't any sort of, swearing and cursing.
Are there any chalices in the room? I'll start searching.
All right, you're searching the room.
I'll go. I'll do a medicine check last time. Cogno there to see if we can get him back to normal.
Okay. So, abandoning the CSI forensic on the body for the moment, you guys decide to heal up first. Probably a good idea.
So we'll take a look for traps on both doors.
Okay, hang on 1 second. Checking for traps on doors. Dubsy, yes. And Cogno, what?
Can I heal myself?
Sure. Change your targets, guys. Target yourselves. Drop your spells. Right? Tassie targeted you, Cogno, with a lay on hands and gave you a static 12. Bad touch. Ooh.
Good touch. Good
touch. Happy touch. I know. Was there consent?
Excellent.
You didn't even sprinkle paprika on him first. Like, come on, man. Like, ask.
I want to
Save that for snacks.
Nah, for snacks. How do I target myself?
You can drag the little target icon and just write on your own mini.
The target icon.
Okay, so 1 second here. So a little fantasy note, you're playing Fantasy Grounds at home. There is a bullseye target at the top for players to use. There's a combat tracker. There's a couple ways to do this, but pretty much healed up thanks to your friends, Cognal, right? We only have minor wounds of 1s and 2s. So Dubsy's looking at the doors. You guys are guarding, searching the room for chalices, maybe searching the room in general. And Kenro, you were still interested in an autopsy?
Yeah, I'm still gonna take a look at this guy.
All right. Can I have a medicine in the tower?
Medicine in the tower? I can do that.
Yeah, because you don't know what you know until you find what you know. You don't seem to find results. This would be great. I want you to do an autopsy and everything so I can just bug you as much as I bug Drew. You don't seem to find results.
And done.
Cognul crouches down and slowly, don't ask me where he got those sunglasses. He slowly pulls them off and looks over the body, and you believe it's probably an 8. The body seemed to react to the substance as opposed to the substance doing something to the body like a potion. Which you could also probably confirm by detecting magic on those lovely samples over there on the table, but this seems to be some weird, freakish ghoul ability as opposed to, But why?
Eat ourselves.
Well, a ghoul might be able to heal itself by just eating flesh. Maybe it's not that far of a stretch. Right? And technically, these tattooed fleshes are, like he said, jerky. They're cured flesh, but maybe he's found a way around the whole fresh or dead thing.
I'll take one with me.
Okay.
It's possible.
Yeah. Next time somebody asks for flesh for the canker, here, you can have this sheet of...
Tattooed.
The party signs it like an album. Here, have this.
What is it that you're doing over there? He's not getting back up, is he?
I don't think so.
Splattered
Pretty sure
everywhere.
This man has been splattered across the room by you. You just wanted us to acknowledge it, and we say thank you, my friend.
Well, I don't know about the rest of you, but I don't feel like hanging out in this room much longer.
Speaking of Dubsy, the doors, right? You guys do 10-minute heals. He's got time to check doors. You don't seem to find any traps there, Dubs.
Everything
go
looks
north or
clear on the doors.
Yeah. Do we go north or do we go west?
I'm going to try this door across from the chair here.
West, life is peaceful there. Hopefully.
Okay. 10 by 10 room and a door not in the center but in the bottom corner on the bottom south wall. The desk in this office has been repurposed into a messy butcher's block. A shiny silver hatchet is wedged in the top of the desk, and bits of decaying pale flesh lie strewn about the room. Yuck.
I'll pick up the hatchet and I'll hold it out towards Kenro. Ken, is there anything special about this axe here? Oh.
Well, I will also say in the last room, guys, remember how I had a couple of you guys just kind of mulling around? There's, how there's bulk on your inventory, 1 bulk, 2 bulk, light, right? There's a full, not 1, but 2 bulk of books in this room about tattoo artistry and historical tattoos of interest. And some things about art. It might be a stretch, but Mullerbrint did make a deal with Armagus about returning any art and history to him for cash.
I would probably pick up the book. Ken already has a big tattoo of the bee on his chest. He's kind of got a thing for that, so...
Oi, Ken, you want to take a look at this for me?
What, you can't read?
This axe.
Oh, the axe. Sorry, I thought you were
You're
talking
good with
about-
magic-y stuff. Is there any sort of
I can
that
check for
on
you.
here?
No, I'll do a detect magic on it and see if anything pops up.
All right. Sorry, I just put those books on your character, but it says it talks about the guy that's interested, not what they are. So I wrote in like of tattoos. You know, it's all about tattoos. Well, here's something I'd like to ask the rules lawyers, because I've been switching my brain into Star Wars a lot lately. Identifying magical items in the new rules. Have they decided to make anything easier, harder?
Crafting checks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
There are feats for it that can make it very easy. But yeah, it's basically crafting checks.
Okay. Well, starting with the old Kenro Cast Tech magic, it does radiate faint magic. But what it actually is or does, crafting, please. Anyone?
Trained, but I'll throw it in the tower because I'm the guy looking at it. So it looks like Kraga. There's some sort of incantation on here. I'll see if I can find any more information for you.
You don't have any way to verify the durability of the steel, yada, 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 but you know so much about magic that you know something like a silver blade can be enchanted. A silver blade of a certain amount of ounces can be enchanted. Like, you know the formulas and stuff, but you haven't really worked in crafting and the metalworking where like, ooh, I need to make it this shape, right? You know what I mean? Like, you know the one side of it. And even untrained, I could couple that with like, yeah, you can't tell them, oh, this is a +1 sword of so-and-so, but you can tell them
and
this is
also the
definitely
magic.
a magical. Yeah.
The
go ahead.
magic skills as well can be used. So like occultism, arcana.
Oh, okay. Okay. Do you have arcane or occultism?
I do, yeah. Trained in those.
Okay. Yep. Let's have it.
Power.
Yes, please. So you never know what you know until you know it. Until I say it. Wishing you had learned more on crafting. Trying to teach yourself more by using a crafting roll is my new angle for what I was saying about. Right? But then having to fall back on what you actually know about the formulas and such, that this is a +1 low-grade silver hatchet. But silver hatchets are very effective. Sorry, silver weapons are effective against fae and demons and such. Where a lot of stuff doesn't, they have damage reductions. Oh, I have my big +12 maul of, -5 or -10 damage reduction. Hardly any damage. Okay, you have a little tiny hatchet doing D4, but it gets through because it's a silver weapon. And a lot of people miss that. Oh, well, my tiny little silver dagger. Yeah, but it doesn't suffer any damage reduction or, it actually directly hurts said beastie. And I believe, Kraga, you have a silver rapier or something already, right?
The cane sword.
I
Yeah.
do.
So...
And my name wouldn't be Kraga Silvertusk if I didn't like a bit of silver.
Oh, you can hoard it all if you want. But I am reminding the party that this will be our second, if not third, silver weapon. It's in the axe group. It's slashing at silver, does D6 damage. Your rapier is a piercing weapon. So I don't know if you have a preference or when you guys want to huddle up and decide redistribute said 2 silver weapons. That's up to you guys.
I think collect stuff for now and
Yeah, I mean, it's only a round to go here. Take it out. Toss. Okay, 2 actions. Could cost you a
Snake
fight,
man.
but
Would you want one of these, the axe or the sword, or should I just carry them for now?
I'm fine with you keeping it. I already have a backpack too full.
I wasn't talking to you, Ken. I asked the snake man.
Well, I can't tell. We're all in the same room. You're just talking to the room. He doesn't listening anyway.
my weapons. But if you wish me to carry it for you, I can.
he holds it up and it's, still got said arm and flesh attached. It's a real nail biter, this fight. I was randomly cleaning a cupboard and I found my Halloween fake bit off zombie arm. And I'm like, well, I'm not going to use that for a year. And you guys are talking about the hatchet, and I'm picturing the table that I just described as like, there's guts and stuff, and there's, Craig and them examining this thing. It's like, well, what if he, stuck in the bone, right? So, yeah. Visual jokes on a podcast. How dare you? I know. Got to give something for the video audience once in a while, though, right? All right. Sorry, I was busy being funny. Who gets the hatchet?
Yeah, I'm getting a bit. I'm running out of space to put all these weapons. So how about you hold on to this one, Tassi?
Yep. Throw it in my
Okay.
Paco.
Done and done.
And then I will move into the room.
Okay. Just taking a moment to click the "You have identified this item." Single door on the south wall. You guys search the room. Blood, guts, and hatchet seems to be the only thing of interest and consequence. What do you do?
Dubs, I think you might want to get in here. Check around for traps or secret doors.
All right.
Seems to be many secrets in this dungeon. You sure are earning your keep.
There really isn't enough treasure to keep me interested in here. I really hope we find something soon.
Bear? You don't seem to find trap.
Okay, everything looks okay.
I'll pull the sword
Swap.
and shield.
Yep.
Step up, open
Okay.
the door, and step on through.
The heaps of slowly decaying bodies hung and stacked here reveal this former bedroom's current use as a meat locker. You count 5 somewhat intact Morlocks, their flesh decomposing somewhat slowly in the room. It seems to have a cool temperature.
Meat storage. Disgusting. And then I will start searching for a chalice.
All right. Anyone else? And you just start looking through. Anyone?
Go over and join Tassie.
Okay.
Somebody's got
Anyone
a nice
else?
gold coin.
Yep. Oh, sorry, I grabbed the wrong mini. Ken? Hit the door there.
I'll cast Detect Magic, but that's
Okay.
let's see what we find in there.
Kraga?
I'll stay
Stand guard.
here. Yeah, I'll stand
Okay.
right back here.
Dubsy?
I want to loot the bodies, see if there's got any coins on them.
Okay. You guys do the proverbial search the room. No chalices, no loose coins, and your assisting of them, Cognual, does not deter, doesn't seem to find much. But is there anybody in the room trained in medicine?
Me.
Cognual, can I have a medicine check in the tower? It's pretty gross. These things are being hung like the way you hung venison to actually age it, because ghouls like dead meat as opposed to live meat. That's why they dig up graves. So, it's not like just storage. They're purposely letting these things decompose. It's gross. It's very unhygienic. It's nasty. But we don't find any treasure.
Man, Murlocs never have anything good.
And you guys don't find any other exits or entrances. But I will say, the three of you in the room, I would like a fortitude save in the tower, please.
Big money.
Okay. Dubsy. Drew, you are a note taker.
Yep.
1 day. You don't feel right after leaving this room. And the onset.
No.
And the onset is a day, which means like it takes a day to get a cold. You feel a bit off, but unless you've ever had one before, there's minor signs. As this day progresses, you will feel strange. And I got to get you half a day or two that day before, we can med and go, oh, let's check him over medically and, blah, 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 that kind of thing. Now, normally I would just make a note, not say anything, but for often as we play this game and then making a note and then, it's just like, you know what? I'll just keep you guys in suspense now. Sorry, a bit of a dick move, but yeah. 1 day. You ain't right.
We know.
All
One
all
day we
three
are
of
right.
you have been exposed. Well, fun fact, a DC 18 medicine or does anyone else have nature? Trained in nature. That's in the
I've got
room.
But I'm not in the room. Does that matter?
Yeah, in the room, yeah.
I am not.
I would give Ken medicine at a higher DC just because you're looking in the door as opposed to interacting with the bodies.
Okay, I can roll that in the tower.
Yep.
Sorry, my cat's pushing my microphone around here.
That's fine.
It's been rolled.
Okay. Unfortunately, Ken doesn't notice, but funny enough, my bad. Little retcon here. Medicine or nature check. Dubsy, you succeed at a nature check. And if you succeed at this nature check, you realize the danger of the infected bodies and what they pose. These bodies are infected with a disease. The guys are already in here being exposed, but it might keep you from coming in and start picking pockets.
Nope, I'd still go in.
Okay. He puts on his rubber gloves, takes his chances, right? Puts on his hazmat suit.
I imagine
Maximum
growing up in a
greed.
swamp, probably get pretty familiar with diseases.
Yeah, he just thinks he can wash it off later and he's fine. I've been exposed, I'm sure I'm fine. All right. Well, thank you for not totally medding, but my bad. It's a little retcon there. Blue blisters, the disease. You know you may have exposed yourself and them, unbeknownst to them. This flesh-eating disease causes prominent and painful blue blisters on the skin and gums. You can't reduce your sickened condition while affected with blue blisters. So a day, sicken 1, 2, sicken 1 and drained, 3, sicken 2 and drained. Like, so if, let's say Kenro starts treating you for the disease, he can reduce some of the symptoms, like the drain and stuff, but he can't reduce the sickened symptoms. Stage 4, a week later, 2 sicken, drain 2, and it's just nasty, rips through you and, gives you all these debilitating effects.
And you probably look pretty gross.
Yeah.
We
Yeah.
probably should get out of here at some point. These are pretty infected. After we've been in there for like 4 minutes.
Yeah, no, 20 minutes doing a search, It's like,
Don't have to tell
guys,
me twice.
what? So you guys bail out of the room? you got to kind of go back the way we came because unfortunately.
Let's fail.
So yeah, make a note there, Dubsy. I have blue blisters. I'll look that up.
I'll move through the north door.
All right. A hallway. And you're at the end of it, stepping into the end of the hallway with a door immediately on your right, the hallway extending 15 feet to the left, the west, with a door on its north wall. Before that hallway spills out T-section into a massive 15-foot deep hallway that goes north and south, with yet another door open to the public on the far side. Looking a little familiar. You guys may have lapped.
I think we've come back around to when we first got down here.
But there are doors you haven't touched yet. Tassie makes a run for it. Don't move your menu unless you're telling the audience there, dude. He made a run for it.
Yeah. I'll step out into the hallway and move myself. How long does the light spell last? It's like a long time now. It got changed. I thought.
Yeah, it's like indefinitely until you like.
So you to recast it, yeah.
Okay, well, I'll just move myself to the middle of this hallway.
Now, do you actually have dark vision?
No, I don't have low light, but somebody cast light on me on my shield. I think it was Kenro.
Oh yeah, no, I see. There is. You are giving off light. Okay. Okay. Yeah, you step into the hallway, library, ghouls, bodies, several doors that we've not touched all over the place, including ones we just walked past.
I'll go up to the door near the hallway and check for traps.
Okay. Into the tower, please.
I'll follow behind as like the fourth person behind there too. Just keep going with
Okay. Are you going to try this door here as well, Kraga, or are you going to follow Dubsy's lead?
Yeah, I want to try that other door I was right beside.
Okay. Do you want to look for, you can, sometimes there's obvious signs, wear, tear, chemical burns, that even non-trapped, never hurts to throw your own perception in the tower there, Kraga.
Yeah, I'll enter carefully.
So carefully. So carefully. Okay, Kraga, you don't seem to find a trap. Dubsy, you don't seem to find a trap. Kraga steps into a room that immediately ends and looks, you gotta look up north, step to the north. What appears to be 3 beds have awkwardly been stacked against the west wall of this room. This doorway hooks around back up north and to the left. I don't know why it's not showing you the party, what you can see. There it is. Leaving room for a single low table heaped with foul-smelling chunks of flesh and bone. Yikes. And, oh, look, friends. Hunched over said, bones are a bunch of ghouls chowing down in the far end of the bedroom. Kraga, can I have perception initiative, please? Dubsy, do you wish to open your door? Since this all went down same time. You sometimes just usually check it and walk away, so I'm asking.
8 for Tassie or Kraga to open it.
Okay. Kenro, you said you want to be the fourth man, but the party's split in 2 directions. What do you want to do? So I have you stepped into the hallway.
Dubsy and Tassie are going one way. Kraga's gone the other.
Mm-hmm.
I'll follow Kraga.
Okay. Step into the room. Cognual.
I'm going to follow Dubsy.
Okay. Can I have perception main all around as these things obviously start hissing, growling, jumping, screaming, and probably wanting to eat Praga, who has set them off. And since everyone's within 30 feet of an open doorway, likely can hear and jump right in as they wish.
17
Which one's
total?
There you go. What'd you get, Ken?
I got, what is it here? I rolled it in the tower, didn't I?
This is main page perception.
Oh, main.
Because shit's going down. Yeah, you can keep the roll.
I know a natural 20 in the open.
I already had you at the top with 26, and you staying at the top with your new 31.
Okay, I'll take
Waste of a 20.
Oh, I got a 13 with my bonus for a 20.
Okay. Tassie got 17. Dubsy, what'd you get? Going off of your... Actually, I kind of got to go off of your actual perception for door trap finding and stuff. So I guess we'll reveal Dubsy's latest trap finder. Oh, it didn't work. Okay. Well, you got 23, buddy. All right. So, at the top of the initiative order, Ken Rowe. Ken,
Yo.
this is new.
Hmm.
Following everybody behind, keeping an eye left. They're playing with the door. Craig runs into some trouble. We hear a whole bunch of, oh crap. You follow him. Peek around the corner. 3 hunched over dudes having an afternoon snack. What do you want to do?
Do I recognize these guys? Can I do like a perception or recall knowledge if they're the same kind of guys we fought earlier? Those
At a
guys
glance, they appear to be the same. But if you want to be sure, you call knowledge religion, sure.
I'll do a recall knowledge on there just to make sure we know what we're gonna get here. Let's see here.
Yeah. These ravenous undead have yet to be identified.
It's been rolled.
More ghouls.
So the same guys we kind of had that healing war with, where they kind of kicked our butt with a massive.
Those guys were Those guys were ghasts.
Oh,
Jacked up ghouls.
Ghouls, not the gas. Okay, I gotcha.
Yeah.
Gotcha. So not
These are like, no, these are like the librarians that came out and asked for fingers earlier before you got to this.
I can only see one right now on my screen. Are there more than that? I guess I'd have to move to figure that out.
Though you could only see one on your screen, you can hear there's a bunch of them.
Okay.
And the sound, the gnashing,
And I have this guy targeted. Are they paying attention? They're kind of looking at us, or they're just
Okay.
over.
I'll tell you what, since Kraga has literally got the door open and you walked into a situation, if I start your movement back at the other room, I'll let you literally move 5, 10, past him, 15, 20. What'd you got? Crap.
Yep.
Then you second, you go, oh, okay, this is what I got going on. You've moved, you've recalled, and you've perceived, right?
Yep.
Okay.
That's it.
Right. Which brings us to Dubsy.
Well, there's no signs of battle or anything yet, right?
You can hear it with a 23. With it being that close, you hear a whole bunch of cursing, hissing, and scrabbling in the other room. As soon as Kraga stepped in and Kenwo went jogging in behind him, so something's going on. They found something. Could be friendly. Could be Care Bears running to hug and show us they care. You don't know. But there's something not us in that far room, obviously, that they've triggered. I can tell you that much.
Okay. I will move 20 feet to the east
Mm-hmm.
to take a look inside.
Okay. Stop 20 feet in. Okay.
Okay, so I see at least one ghoul, it looks like.
Yeah. Okay.
So I will actually move in front of Kenro.
Okay. 5, 10, 15, 20. What's your movement?
25. Yeah,
5,
25.
10, 15, 20, 25. So 2 to get there. And like I cost Kenro, you kind of pause for the perceive. for your perception, so you're kind of done.
Okay.
Now, it's kind of obvious. We got one guy. Why didn't he see it? But no one walks into a room. Like somebody calls you into a room, even if it's your own house, you're focused on the person calling you. Or they look over there, there's a spider, and you're looking around the room where I don't see it. Like you walk into, you got to scan a room, you got to listen, you got to take it all in. And that costs you the 2 seconds, which is one of those actions. I know it sounds like a dick move, but it is a good way, because otherwise I could drop something from the ceiling. Oh, you didn't notice. You know, if you guys want to keep those rounds, keep those single actions inside the round, I could drop shit clinging to the ceiling on you. And then there's that, oh, I would have seen him. He's only 5, so I'm just better to burn the action so you guys know damn sure everything that's placed in the room, friend, foe, unless it's specifically hiding very well. So, 1, 2, 3, Dubsy's done. The ghouls drop their meal, jump up and attack. Drop for free. I'll have them stand. Do you have any attacks of opportunity as these things, get up and round on you?
No.
Okay. Then literally just spinning in a crouched position and trying to bite you in the knees. Ghoul number 10 is going to come right for you. It happens to be the guy that's right adjacent to you. And ghoul number 10 comes at you, sir, with jaws. Jaws of flurry and a miss. And again, there's that the third action is actually his first action. He spins around, they have a good look at you. What the hell? Decides your food, moves, attacks. Same restrictions apply. Sometimes they script these guys that like they're waiting or anything comes in the room, they attack and they don't even care what you are. Then they would skip that perception action, but otherwise, no, these guys are like, what the hell? Ghoul number 18 in the back. Same thing. Look, moves into a position to attack and wants to go after Kraga. Huzzah. And will try to bite you, Kraga. Also missing terribly. So we seem to react and backpedal. Cognul, no sooner do you lean over Dubsy's shadow at the door, he hears something and goes sprinting off through the doorway that Kraga went. You too hear with a 20 in perception signs of unfolding trouble. What do you want to do? Cognul.
I'm going to follow Dubsy.
Okay. 5, 10, 15. Get in. Perceive. It's 2. Crap. Battle unfolding. Even though this thing has cover, light cover, 1 for the corner, 1 for the friendly, it's pretty much you're just stabbing through your friendly. So if you put a -1 in the modifier, you can get attack off. You guys pretty much travel weapons out at this point. So if you wanted to try and get into a jab with a -1 in the modifier, yeah.
Yep, got that.
Put the -1 in the mod and take a jab. Go right ahead.
Ooh, 18.
That is a hit.
Excellent.
Get in there.
Six. 9.
Done.
The bonus.
All right. Stab, jab, and we're well on our way, which brings us to the bottom of the good guys, but not quite all offenders. Kraga and Tassie stuff to go. Tassie, what do you want to do?
Well, I'm going to try to do something.
Okay.
Because
Boxed in, yeah. It's a round the corner kind of fight, and we just can't seem to get clear shots. What to do?
So I've got a 35 movement.
Okay.
So I've got
So
more
you-
than enough movement to actually get there.
5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, assuming you can move through friendlies. 5, 10. What if you try and bust through these guys?
Yeah, that's exactly what I was going to try to do.
Mm-hmm.
Can I do something fancy with athletics? I don't think so. I think it's got to be.
Acrobatics?
I think it's got to be.
Yeah, in the activities tab, there is an actual tumble through button you can click.
Yeah, that's what I think I have to do is tumble through.
But
Yeah,
if you fail,
Yeah,
you will end up
me back to outside of the room, right?
well, either that or you're left squeezing with friends and everyone gets penalties. So what's your bonus for acrobatics?
1.
And your DC is 19.
Hold on. No, wait a second.
If I want to shove the ghoul that's in front of me, but there's one behind him, does that mean like he doesn't move, or he would go
Could
behind
I
me?
attempt a reposition?
Yeah. You could do exactly what Craig is trying to do on his turn. Craig, because you haven't gone yet in the round, Tassie's like on top of this. He's running through the room as you're.
Yeah, you know what? Maybe I will hold. I will delay my initiative to Craig. Maybe.
Okay.
I think is the thing to do. I'll wait till he goes because maybe there'll be room.
Sure. Besides you, that cat to investigate.
Yes.
Who brought a cat in here? Okay.
Is that a cat carrying a goblet?
You don't want him to run away chasing it.
Yeah.
The last ghoul can still get an attack on Dubs with the old diagonally because I'm fighting through friends, so there's not much worried about there. And Dubs, he tries to bite you with a 15. Oh, did I not? I guess I didn't have you targeted. That's weird. I'll drop that. Well, 15 rolls 15 for 24. Dropping on Dubsy for a hit. Sorry. Doing a 1d6 plus 1 plus a fortitude save so that you don't get ghoul fever on top of your blistering blight. Your blue blisters. Your blue somethings.
12.
That's not good. DC 15.
Let's use a hero point. Come on, fortitude. There we go. 24.
Okay. Because not only are you saving against the ghoul fever, you are saving against paralysis. Which I hadn't got to mention. So, this first save. I will let you choose. Are you wiping out with a 24 the paralysis? And we'll have to re-roll for ghoul fever, which onsets later. Probably your better deal. Or have you got ghoul fever out of the way with your hero point, and you will take your chances right now with the same DC of 15 on the paralysis?
Let's do the ghoul fever,
Okay.
and then I'll re-roll for the paralysis.
All right.
20.
You're good. Luck of the green frog Irish, my friend. That was not the better deal. What balls he's got. Well, blue blisters. Anyway. All right. A bite to you. And unfortunately, front row seats. Second attack. He tries to slash you with his claws. No chance of ghoul fever, but still chance of paralysis. 15 for 20, which is a hit. Does 5 points to you. And another saving throw fortitude, please. Different. Now, some might argue, well, it's the same round. It's like, yes, but it's a different. One's coming from his mouth, one's coming from his claws. So unfortunately, different instigator. That is a fail, sir. Paralysis. Any living non-elf creature hit by the ghoul's attack must succeed a 15 fortitude save or become paralyzed. It can attempt a new save at the end of each of its turns. And the DC actually decreases by 1 every time you make a save. So it starts at 15, next round be 14, 13, as this kind of wears off. The bad news is you, sir, have become paralyzed out of the gate, which may actually change who we want to reposition in this fight. Dubsy is paralyzed. And whilst paralyzed, I don't think this kicks in. Like, it's a 1, 2, 3. But again, these guys are reacting, moving, doing stuff. Kraga, you want to reposition somebody? Did you want to try to shove one of these guys? Did you want to try and get Dubsy out of there as he stiffens up?
No, I was gonna shove this ghoul. I'm wondering if I shove him back towards the ghoul behind him. Does he push through the other enemy? So
You're kind of using one enemy to attack another. They weeble and wobble, but unless you're doing something specific with Bull Rusher or reposition, it's probably not going to have the desired effect.
yeah, I assumed that.
It would be very easy for a large party killer to like swat one player and send 3 flying, and they don't they're not that mean in the rules, so I really can't see it happening the other way around.
Yes, you cannot reposition into or through obstacles.
Can you move while repositioning, Matt? Is that in the... Can you pluck Dubsy and move a couple squares and drop him out here? Or you just picking him up and dropping him somewhere you can reach?
He can swap positions with him.
Oh, okay. Well, that's a start. You want to do that? We'll start shuffling Dubsy to the back. Or do you want to swap and start shoveling paralyzing ghouls into our friends, and they'll be flanked, and you're working your way to the front?
You have to succeed with an athletics against the target's fortitude DC.
Mm-hmm. And I'll even give you that DC. Your DC would be 14.
I think it would be better if I just try to kill it.
Okay. You guys can take a couple swipes and then move at the end to move away to allow other guys to rotate in, right? You guys move in, swipe, move out. There's a couple, right? Or just get her done. Unload 3 attacks. Let's go, Kraga. Penalties be damned.
Go time, man! I just rage.
Oh, there it is. How many times can you rage a day without becoming fatigued?
It's as long as there's a minute passes after my last rage ends, I can rage again.
Okay. Well, it has been a hot minute. Let's go.
Oh, I missed with a 15.
Well, that's infuriating, frustrating. Second attack, penalties? Yes, no, maybe?
Yeah, second attack penalties.
All right.
And that's also a miss. With an 8.
Dear. Third attack or move? Let Tassie in there.
That was my last action.
Oh, because you raged. All right, still blocking the door. Tassie. He went, but he did not move, sir.
Okay. So then I will move up.
Mm-hmm.
And that, I think, is all I can actually do. Because I don't think I can move and reposition in the same, I couldn't walk in, stand on Tassie and reposition the...
Okay, so if you tried to actually flip through them, what is the textbook, and I will interpret the rules, what is the textbook of failing it?
I have to hit their reflex DC, I believe.
But do you fall prone at their feet if they fail? You know what I mean? Because I can say that
Your movement
Tassie is...
ends and you trigger reactions as if you had moved, but that's it.
Okay. Currently Dubsy is a statue. He's not, you know what I mean? He's paralyzed. He could be just difficult terrain. So if you want to go for his square, you could end up in it. You know what I'm saying?
Okay. Yeah.
Right? So
yeah,
with that in mind, right, doing the initial move, there's 10, 20, 35 puts you on top of Kraga, right? 35.
Yep.
And then you go
Yep.
new one, 5, 10, 15. You attempt to do a
And then
19 acrobatics with a +1.
Well, no, if I can stand there, even squeezing, I can do the reposition.
Sure.
And that is what I will do. See if it works. There's a button for it.
Okay. Oh, you want to target. Sorry.
Skill athletics, 15 at ghouls 10, success. Reposition.
Okay.
Your result, success. You move the target up to 5 feet. Must remain within your reach. So yeah, I'm just going to push the ghoul straight back.
Oh, I thought you said reposition had to be swapping.
No, you can swap. That's an option.
Okay. I thought you were literally placing him on Dubsy going, have a good meal.
No.
Never liked him anyway.
Just go straight back with him. One full step.
All right.
And that's my 3 actions.
2 moves, but then, haha, get off him. Get away from my friend. That's my meat. Yeah, okay. Dubsy does not want to be a Happy Meal. And
I will not allow him to be a Happy Meal for anyone. Anyone
me.
at all.
What a fun round 1. Holy crap. Round 2. Kenro. Dubsy, get ready to make a fort save. You're on deck.
You know, these guys are just coming through us again, aren't they? So, don't think I drew the whip last time.
I've pretty much let you guys be weapon out unless you interact with something else.
Okay.
And like, if time goes by, like you've been doing medicine check, so it goes away. But after the medicine check, you're just following them around as they search. So you're like, okay, whip comes back out. So I mean, like, unless you were in the middle of something, we can say you guys are weapon ready.
All right. Then I'll have a whip out. I'll target this guy right here. That's in the middle of all of us. I got
Okay.
right there.
Okay, shield bonus. Oh, sorry, this guy right here beside you. That's fine.
This one.
No
here.
shield bonus.
I
Yeah,
think
he's
I
close. You're adjacent. He's good. Yeah, he's all yours. Yep.
And
Would he
Right
be
in front of
off
Craig.
guard?
targeted or no? I can't tell.
I've got him targeted. Yes.
I think I untargeted him. Then. Hold on. There he goes. Sorry.
I don't know. It's a bit gray on the whole being on the top corner of the mini as opposed to drawing a line straight through. I mean, you can draw one straight through from his top corner to Buddy's bottom corner. So yeah.
That's 15, which I think is a miss. Is it?
But looking at Matt's option here, what is my AC? 16. I'm going to say you hit him because of the tight quarters. I got a wall behind me. So if there's a gray area about top corner, off guard, blah, blah, bottom corner, because there's a wall at my back and I'm pretty much surrounded, I'm going to give it to you, Ken. Flat-footed off guard drops him by 2, turning your miss into a hit.
Tassie had a similar hit. I just went for 15. Did it misses? Okay. No, he's not in the same spot. Never mind.
You,
I will.
you untargeted him.
Did I untarget him? Whoopsies. Yeah, I can't. You can't see the circle around them when they're targeted.
Look at your name in the combat tracker. It has your target
Okay.
show up.
Oh, okay.
I've got him targeted. You keep untargeting him because I keep targeting him for you. So he's
Yeah,
targeted.
keep
You're good.
Targeting. Okay, he's targeted. He has been hit. I'll roll the damage now for a mighty 2. And seeing that worked, I'll probably throw another attack at him. Just swing the whip back around and hit him again.
Okay.
And that's 16 plus. Should have been plus 2, so 19. Not 23 there.
Okay. Do you have any kind of evasion or anti-flat-footed there, Mr. Tassie? Because by the same token, top right of his corner to top right of yours, you are also flat-footed, by the exact same pattern, only reversed.
I was looking at Cagnol because we're kitty corner.
No, it's
Yes,
one
but
more.
look, but the ghoul that is now flat-footed because of your bottom right foot and his top left foot, the top left foot of the ghoul that is flat-footed, and the guy that you just repositioned
But
draw
yeah,
a line
that
straight
does-
through. Yeah,
no, that makes sense.
It's the same logic, right? So,
Yep.
just to let you know. Sorry, Ken, you were saying.
So I hit him a second time, and it was for 18. Oh, sorry,
Okay.
1 damage. 1 damage.
For 18.
Oh,
Sorry, I rolled
Big difference.
Sorry, I titled him Ghoul
Much-
18, and I read the wrong numbers there. Yeah, is it?
much. Stop watching hockey and fight.
I've got a third action here, so I might as well. At a -3, it's 3 a third attack. See what happens. And that's a.
Oh my god, he hits him. He hits him.
But it didn't. It didn't. No, it didn't. For some reason, it's taking my. Even though I grabbed the third dice here, I took the second one. So now it's actually a 17 -3, so it's a 14. It misses.
Okay, but that does hit because
14?
because 16 is my AC, -2 for flat-footed, 14 hits him.
Oh, 2 for. I thought it was only -1. Okay,
Yeah.
perfect.
Yeah. So
That's boom. One,
still,
two,
still,
three.
still good.
Another 3 damage.
There we go. Just wailing on this dude. He's critically wounded, by the way. Just smacking the crap out of him. Get out of my
And
way.
good with whips in close quarters.
There you go. Oh, not touching that. Well done. Dubsy, can I have a saving throw? DC 14 now because it decreases. Lucky you. Have we been here before, Drew? I feel we've been here before. That is a fail. Goal number 10 is happily going to try to chew on the guy that moved him and is now flat-footed with my jaws. 3 is a miss. And a second attack is going to try to claw you for a 14 and a miss. And you know what? Third attack, I'm going to try and bite you again just because. And critically misses and costs him an action next round.
You activated my trap card, Seto Kaiba. No.
Please make a note. Ghoul 10 is slowed. Oh, actually, you know what? That's what I'll do is I'll just make him slowed. It's easier than saying, "Oh, I'm going to."
That is a
Slow.
good indicator for it because it doesn't
Yeah.
affect any dice mechanics, just actions.
Yep. Ghoul number 18. Bad shape as I am. Is going to go after the guy that's whipping me. The big guy doesn't seem to be doing much. Switches up targets to Kenro. And tries to bite Ken with a 10 for 19 and a hit. Can I have 2 saving throws? First, paralysis. Ken.
What up to?
Fortitude.
Fortitude. Number
15.
1. Paralysis. That is a 21.
Save. You're fine. And second, Ghoul Fever.
Fortitude as well.
Yep.
All right. And that one is a 25.
But wait, there's more.
Huh.
There's damage. Right?
Ouch.
3 points. And then, as a second attack, he tries to claw you.
Wait! That triggers my reaction.
Damn it!
So you gain resistance 5 against that attack.
I just love how you're all hissy pissy voice, and then the champion paladin go, "But wait, Sir So and Sir Kenro, I will save you." It's like he's got like a little paladin doll, and he pulls the cord because it just sounds better than him saying it. A little Buzz Lightyear on his pot, pull the cord. But wait, no. Sorry.
I don't know what that was a miss anyway.
That's a miss.
Oh, you know what? Hero point.
Oh, here we go.
Not today. I'll do worse because that's my lot in life. That's not the right dice. This one. Hiya. There it is. That's much better. Critical
That's great.
hit.
Now, are you targeting the right guy?
Which one was the one? Yeah, I think it is the guy
18. Yep.
who's already been pretty beat up.
Okay.
And then
Finish him.
damage right here.
So
25 points of damage.
As a reaction, triggering your champion ability, please describe how you end this threat to your friend.
So I, whip my sword around, intercepting the attack, taking the,
Okay.
the weight out of it for him. And then I pull back, and you know the drill. It just the chainsaw
Titans,
into
yeah.
pieces.
Blah. Pretty cool considering you start off facing the other way and then wait. Noise.
And so Ken took no damage.
Yeah, he took no damage, but I can't help him from the effects, unfortunately. with
I
that.
thought it reduced it from 5.
So no, it gives him resistance 5 against the attack, and he only took 3 damage. I think it was. Yeah.
I took 3 damage on the first attack, didn't I? Was it the second attack that triggered your reaction?
Yeah, but the attack goes off, does it not? Because you're only giving resistances.
He gets the hit, but he gets
Yeah.
resistance 5 against it.
Yeah, right. But I never completed the actual damage that he got resistance 5
Yeah,
against.
you did.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you did with the Jaws attack.
Yeah, the first attack. That's the one that triggered, but you rolled the other one. So you'd have another attack, except you died. I just didn't but wait before you rolled
In
it.
the end, it works out fine. I'll take the 3 damage. It's good. We'll play it out the way it did. It's good. No worries. It worked.
I don't even see any of that.
So you asked him for his
You
saving
attacked me
throws.
twice. You attacked me twice,
Yeah.
and what he was trying to say is his reaction would have went after the first attack, but because we blew by it so fast, it happened after the second attack.
Yeah, okay.
It's
Yeah,
all
yeah.
good. I can just take the 3 damage, and we'll leave it as is rather than retconning because it worked out well.
Yeah, because the second attack actually missed you altogether. So, yeah, no, it's fine.
I was just waiting for you to resolve
Yeah.
the saving
Yeah.
throws, and
No,
then as soon
no,
as you
it's
resolved
fine.
it, you were like,
yeah,
and he attacks you, and I was like, but wait!
Yeah, okay. No, Spiegler's right. I missed the second time. I hit the first time. Only did 3. You do resist 5. He gets nada. So I'll take my 3 off. Anyway, Cagnule, Adamantine Bender, a dwarf in a corner. Now without a target. Do you care to move up and engage, or just sit back and enjoy the show? Somehow I think you might engage. Somehow I think you might unmute and engage.
Oh, you're asking for a lot of things. So one move, and we are going to drop to a gorilla stance.
Uh-oh.
That's number 2.
Okay.
And we're going to target ghoul number 5.
Yep. You
All right.
rush around the corner, drop into your stance, and skewer him with your spear, or are you doing dwarf foo
Oh.
here?
I
When I
thought you
grabbed
just
the
roam
gorilla-
around in gorilla stance, just walking around the halls on all 4s.
Not quite. So no.
Either way, it's working for you because you got a what?
27,
Yeah, a crit. And
All right.
damage.
20. So for 10 damage.
For 16.
16. Oh
Yeah, because it adds your strength twice, right?
right.
Already critically wounding this thing. These things do not have a crap ton of hit points compared to the other guys in the hallway. That's why we kept them in the bedroom. They're feeble. 1, 2, 3. Cognule, you done?
I'm done.
Ghoul number 5 responds in kind, switching away from Dubsy, and you have his full attention, turning his jaws towards you, sir. Tries to bite you and misses terribly with a 14. As a second attack, he tries to follow it up with his claws and misses. That's 5 and 5, and I'm not. This thing is not rolling very good for me tonight. A second miss, and risking it all on a third attack. Critically misses, ending up slowed. As these guys are just getting so mad and just infuriating themselves. Kraga, your friends stand between you and your foe. Do you have a reach weapon, Kraga? Do you have an unmuted reach weapon, Kraga? Sorry.
No microphone boom on Kraga's inventory.
Oh, wouldn't that be great? He's this guy with a Mike Boone, just comes down and pops you in the head, and you're like, what? Stop distracting me.
No, I've got no attacks I can do from distance.
Well, then I'm afraid, Craiga, the only thing you can
Dubsy's
do
still
is...
paralyzed. Squeeze in on him like I did, and reposition the ghoul back into the corner.
Technically works, yeah.
Yeah, I'll take a page out of Tassie's book and do what he said.
All right. Hit that button.
There is an action for it on the activity.
There's an actual... He's getting all chessboard about it. Let's keep this above board, or above chessboard, as they say.
Old reposition.
Yeah, reposition.
Yeah, and while he's doing that, Tassie, talk about what you'd like to do, because you're on deck.
Probably start in on the guy who I pushed back against the wall now, I think.
Okay.
Be the appropriate thing.
All right. Tassie, you got that push going? I mean, sorry, Craiga, you got that push?
All I can do is shove. I can't find the reposition.
It should be right next to shove or right above it.
Yeah, in athletics, I don't have it.
Oh.
I'm wondering if that's like a special thing that your character can do or your class.
Oh, are you using a two-handed weapon?
Yes.
That's why.
Yeah, the Maul has the shove trait, so I can shove.
Yeah, do that. Same end result, I think.
Yeah.
Okay.
There you go. I made it a favorite. If you click the star, guys, it makes a favorite and takes it right to the top of your activity page, by the way. So you don't have to look. You don't have to look for them. Okay. So 5 through Ken, 10, 15 through Buddy. Right. Makes the shove, pushes him back, and then so that's 2. And what are you going to do for?
Yeah, it says you can follow the movement. You stride after it, but you must move the same distance in the same direction.
Okay. For free? Or as part of your original movement?
It says you can stride. It doesn't say for free.
Action economy, yes. You don't spend the action.
Yeah, like I assume like I put my maul on him and shove him backwards while I'm pushing him, like move forward as I'm pushing him. That's kind of what I'm picturing.
Shove, blah, blah, blah. Push him away for athletics, fortitude, shove action, can force creature move, affects you move, or if you start falling distance, blah, blah, blah. You can push up to 10 feet away. You push target 5, you can stride after it, but must move the same distance. And it says you can. It doesn't say anything about the action.
But you don't have to, so you can give a big push and let it go, or you can...
Yeah. Well, he's one action to get in position. Like, this is worded like he's standing there and he wants to start shoving, but he spent one action just to get in position, a second action to do the shove, right? And it says, oh, and you can stride after it. I'm thinking it's going to give you for free, not because it says it's free economy, but you see how it's a crit, like it's a crit thing? A really good crit is 10 feet, a success is 5, a fail is no. It seems to be like it's that 4-tier crit scale reward.
It to the action.
I think it's tying it to the action, so that's what's going to adjust my ruling to, yes, you get to follow him for now until we prove ourselves wrong, but we'll go in favor of the player, leaving you a single action. However, because the shove is an attack action, Craiga, you must use your second swing penalty if you wish to strike.
Okay.
It's weird that you don't have that ability.
Crit miss.
And you crit
Damn it.
miss, which makes you slowed. You're going to lose an action like the rest of the club next round.
Oh yeah, that also counts as an attack.
Oh, for some reason I'm slowed 1, because that wouldn't have been a crit miss, because it says -1, but it should be a +4 for my second attack.
Okay, that's weird.
So, did you hit the second attack button when you did it?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, because you clicked the shove activity, it automatically pushes you down, and then you hit the second attack, so you just double modded yourself.
I see. So it would be an 8. It wouldn't be a crit miss.
Okay.
Still a miss.
I'll take that off. Fine. Don't be slow with the rest of us. You can't be one of the cool
Hey,
kids.
cool that we finally got to play with some of these mechanics because I don't think we've done this before.
This room and this stack up is forcing you guys to think outside the box. And I got to say, even our part-time monk here is adapting very, very well. Tassie, to finish the episode, to finish the round.
All right. I will start in on the guy who I shoved, swinging at his bits and pieces with a nat 20.
Oh, here we go.
So here you take this. Big dice. Come on. Big dice.
He does
for 20 damage.
Throws his head back. You see the snake fangs, and he does the rebel yell guitar riff. Yeah, that's what.
Yeah!
Let's go.
And for my second attack, I will direct it towards the ghoul below.
Hang on. Let's talk about what happened to the first one, Squish.
Reached like a bug.
And
Yeah,
I
no
missed.
kidding.
I'll spend a
And
hero point because I'm crazy like that.
But you already spent one this round.
Yeah, but I earned one.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, you guys usually don't spend the ones I give you in time.
No, I'm just like, I'm making sure I use this because I don't get them very often. Come on, big money. Still not a hit.
Oh,
Oh well, I had to try.
Take
and we
him in
will
the
see you all next time. But, well done, everyone. Well done.